How to start and run your own social network. Various social network websites have become a really must-have of our daily lives. These websites entertain us. They help us find business partners or make new friends, and so on and so forth. And one more benefit, popular social network platforms are able to bring a huge deal of money to their owners. So, here's some steps you can take to make it work. Number 1, structure your idea. Big projects begin with an idea and must be important and unique. You can, of course, copy Facebook's concept, but nobody needs Facebook number 2. Take note that your social network is appealing to users and exclusive. Segmentation can aid you in this, and for lovers of movies, books, or music, you can create a social network. The definition should be like the portals for cryptocurrency trading, which are gaining popularity in the world. Very often, people have an idea, but they are afraid to share it. They think that someone will steal the idea and earn a fortune. This is a very big mistake. First, to make a project, you need investment and effort. Secondly, it is not guaranteed that a good idea will have great success. So, only you can create what's in your mind. Moreover, the more you share your thoughts and ideas, the more feedback you get. Maybe you will find like-minded who will help in the development of your social media website. Number 2, focus on the basics. It's focus that should be your first concern for your social networking site. Your site would only be a mishmash of web services and features without a focus. While your site may have engaging applications and a snazzy look, without that initial focus, it won't have a major impact on your users. Do you want a general purpose social networking community to be your site? If so, that means that some of the most popular websites on the internet can go head to head with you. In the United States, giants such as Facebook and MySpace dominate the social networking space. You'll be going up against places like Orkut in Brazil, Bebo in the UK and Ireland, or Hi55 in China. Not only do these platforms have a head start of many years, they also have millions of members. Another choice is to build a forum around a specific hobby or practice, giving your site a core theme that will support it as you gather an audience during the initial launch and inevitable growing pains. And you'll draw users who are already interested in the subject matter by selecting a theme. Interested users are users of interaction. That means they're more likely to participate and hang around to the community. They'll only leave if there's nothing good for your users to do. Number 3, identify your community. If you don't want to shoot in the dark and have financial losses, your community needs to be known. In the brainstorming step, the process of recognition needs to be completed. The Forum for Social Networks is designed to address those populations' needs. Identifying your community's interests and dislikes can allow you to better understand the psychological variables that influence you as a customer and what you can do to draw their attention. There will often be no demand for what you sell on the market, which is why collected demographics and psychographic data will give you the power to cause and generate the need. Number 4, define the features and functions. The definition of the features and functions is strictly linked to the consistency of your community's identity. The desires and needs of your audience will shape and outline the characteristics of creating a website for a social network. What would you want your users to do? How do you define the confidentiality of data? Your website's overall vision is critical. A must-do thing is a macro scan that splits items down into groups, such as user activities, administrative functions, and ads. It is just the beginning to decide the type of data that will circulate, what they will download, how they will register, and what automation you can use. At this point, there are a lot of things to be considered. Number 5, costs of starting a social networking site. One way to raise money is to search for venture capital for your site. A venture capitalist is an individual or organization who, in the expectation that the company can prosper and return a profit to investors, invests money in new companies. Via an initial VC boost that propelled them into popularity, several websites got their start. A few, including the Twitter massaging service, have existed without any other real business strategy, primarily on VC. Just a tiny number of startup companies even get a VC. You may either have to provide the capital you need on your own to launch your platform or obtain a loan from a more traditional source. Every method brings some risk with it. Any step you make before committing should be carefully considered. Make sure you can cover costs if it takes longer for the site to succeed than you expected. Number 6, choose the right technology. Identifying the features and functions of your social media network will determine the platform in the company where you can create your own network. The biggest issue at this stage is the doubt about what method will be effective and the efficient for your social media network. Evaluating technology is something that must be done by professionals. Hiring a consultant to help you compare technologies is a great solution. It will save you time and money. If you choose to do it by yourself, then you need to prepare a list of relevant questions to ask. The questions will allow you to see if their technology and solutions completely support your idea. Analyzing current social networking sites and what building tools they have used is the last thing you can do. This learning process will help you recognize different challenges and possibilities for your social media network. Number 7. Design Activity Stream. A social network site is nothing without Activity Stream. Activity sources are the center of any website on social media nowadays. Facebook first implemented this feature, and because it sets the market expectations, the idea became popular and influenced everyone. The fascination people have with the activities of their friends is genuine. Every moment of the day, we want to know what they are doing, how they feel. The attractiveness of your social media network can be affected by failing to establish a quality activity stream. This is the focus and the driving force behind the success of a social network being launched. Number 8. Develop growth strategy based on your users. In a market full of competitors, how do you build a social network? First, you need to plan your construction strategy in order to build it from scratch. You have all the important data, but you need to make them aware of your service now. Your target audience is established. It sounds very straightforward, but this part is also complicated. The need to identify a cohesive growth plan consistent with your target audience stems from the fact that it depends on the destiny of the commercial success of your social network. The need to define consistent growth strategy aligned with your target audience comes from the fact that the destiny of your social network commercial success depends on it. Number 9. Target audience. You can also determine who your target audience is, who may be interested in the social network website you are considering as you review an idea for your potential product and decide how to create a social network website from scratch in the best way. Knowing their age, places, economic status, and hobbies is not enough in terms of numbers. You need to think about the target audience. You can start with some initial research into your target audience as soon as you start inquiring about how to create a social network website from scratch. You can search for statistics, locate groups, and review other real people in the next step. And review other data that will help you make the final decision. This analysis can be done online. Testing an idea on real people is the next step. Online or in real life, you can approach members of groups of a common interest. The task here is to see how the concept of the social network can interact with the target audience and gain some insight into how to create a website for social media that will communicate your concept. Number 10. Marketing and promotion. Marketing activities are an important part of making a social media website, as without promotion, no one has any way of knowing about a new social network. Promotion can be done in different ways, one of which is advertising through existing social networks like Instagram, Facebook, etc. Other practices include email marketing, SEO practices, blogging, paid ads, etc. As you can clearly see, it is not enough to decide how to build a social network website from scratch, as you also need to keep in mind post-development activities like promotion and advertising.